Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are going to crack a linguistic code, one that pretty much unlocks everyday conversation in Morocco. We're diving deep into the present tense of Moroccan Arabic, Darija. And I promise, by the end of this, you're going to have the master key.
So let me just ask you straight up. Are you ready to actually speak Moroccan Arabic? I mean, to go from just kind of listening on the sidelines to jumping right into the conversation?
Look, I get it. Verb conjugation sounds, well, kind of scary, right? But I promise you, it is so much easier than you think. The real secret here is that it all comes down to one simple, almost elegant formula. And once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. It's everywhere.
So here's our game plan for today. We'll start by unlocking the code. Then we'll look at the core conjugation formula. After that, we'll see a verb in action, navigate some variations, and finally talk about your daily Darija. All right, let's jump right in. Section 1, Unlocking Moroccan Arabic. This is it, folks. We're about to reveal that master key I was talking about, the secret to the present tense. And here it is, the whole system, right there in one line. It's always a prefix, plus the verb root, plus an optional suffix. Think of it like this. The prefix tells you who is doing the action, the root is what the action is, and that little suffix just adds a bit more info. See? Simple, right? Let's break it down into 3 super easy steps. Step 1, you pick your prefix based on who you're talking about. I, you, she, whatever. Step 2, you just drop in the core of the verb, its root, like KTB for to write. And step 3, if you need it, you tack on a suffix at the end. That's it. That is the entire process. No smoke and mirrors. Okay, now for the really fun part. Let's get into our second section and see this formula in action. I mean, theory's great and all, but seeing it work live, that's when it all starts to click. So, we're going to use a classic super regular verb, to write. Its root is KTB. Now, as we go through this, I want you to keep your eye on how that KTB part just stays put. Okay, let's really look at this table. See that root column? That's our anchor. Notice how KTB doesn't change at all. It's the same for every single person. All the magic happens around it. So let's start with I, or Enna. We add the prefix ka, and we get Kankteb. Simple. For you masculine, the prefix just changes to kat, which gives us Katkteb. Now, for you feminine, things get a little more interesting. We use that same kat prefix, but then we add an I suffix to the end, so it becomes Katketebi. Are you seeing the pattern here? For he, or hawa, it's kaya at the beginning, Kayakteb. And then for the last 3, that's we, you plural, and they all get that oo or o sound tacked on as a suffix at the end. Honestly, if you can just master these few prefixes and suffixes, you've literally just unlocked hundreds of verbs. It's a total game changer. So how does this look in a real sentence? Let's say you want to say, she is writing. You just grab the form for she, or heya, from our chart, which is Katkteb. So you just say, heya Katkteb. It's that straightforward. All right, so you've totally mastered the main road. Now it's time for section 3, where we navigate some variations. Think of these not as problems, but as little secret passages, slight twists on our main rule that are super easy to spot once you know what you're looking for.
So on this slide, you can see the 2 most common verb types right next to each other. Over on the left, you've got your regular verbs, like shrub, which means to drink. You can see the root stays the same, kanshhrib. But on the right, we have verbs where a vowel sound inside the root actually changes when you conjugate it. So a verb like msha, to go, becomes kan mshi when I say I go. Hear that? The A sound flips to an I sound. It's a small shift for sure, but it's a really important one to listen for.
And finally, we have the rebels. Every language has them. These are the irregular verbs, but here's the good news. There really aren't that many of them. For example, the verb kla, to eat, becomes kanachol, for I eat. These guys don't quite play by the rules, so yeah, you just kind of have to memorize them. But trust me, it's a very, very short list. And that brings us to our final section, your daily Darija. You've got the code, you've cracked it, so let's talk about where and when you can actually put this to use in a real conversation. The Darija present tense is honestly incredibly versatile. You use it for stuff happening right this second, like I am writing. But you also use it for daily habits and routines, like I drink coffee every day. And you use it for just stating general facts, like the sun rises. So this one simple formula covers a massive amount of everyday conversation. So there you have it. We've broken the code, we've walked through the formula, and we've even checked out the variations. The system is officially in your hands now, so the only real question left is this. With this key to Moroccan Arabic, what's the very first thing you're going to say?